Welcome back to another Lions and Tigers video. We're continuing with the case from last week. This time Jason calls and says, hey, it's too hard to keep track of that inventory method. Can you give me some other options? So we're going to meet with him, but before we do, we need to show and do all of the calculations so we're ready. So the first thing that I ask you to do is to do perpetual, FIFO, LIFO, and average. So let's go ahead and get right in on the FIFO. The first thing that you have to do is you have to go ahead and finish this schedule that we're going to always use when we do perpetual. So we have a column for what we purchased. So the first thing we did is we purchased 10 units at $5 for a total of $50. So now we have 10 at $5 for a total of $50. I find it's easier to keep track of this if you draw a line every time you have a transaction so you can see where you're going. Then on the 5th, we sold 8 units. Well, we only have one layer to take from, so they must have cost me $5, or a total of $40. I had 10, I sold 8, so I must have 2 left at $5, or a total of $10. Now on the 10th, remember, I bought some more leashes. This time I bought 12 at a cost of $6, or a total of $72. This is where it's really important to keep these inventory layers in the proper order. So I need to list what I had first. I had 10 units at $5, and now I'm adding 12 units at $6. So my balance is $82 because remember, under perpetual, we have to keep a running balance of our inventory at every single step of the way. So there's that layer. Now on the 15th, I'm going to sell some inventory. I am using FIFO, first in, first out. So because I'm using FIFO, I have to use up these layers first before I dip into the next layer. I sold 6, so 2 and 4 gives me my 6. I sold 2 from this layer at 5, and these 4 had to come from this layer, or 6. So 2 times 5 is 10, 4 times 6 is 24. Add them together, I have a cost of $34. I sold all of this layer, that layer's gone, and I sold some of this layer, so I have left 8 at 6, or $48. Draw a line for another layer. On the 22nd, I bought another 15 leashes. This time I paid 7 for them, or $105. So now I have 8 at 6, 15 at 7. Notice I'm keeping these layers in the proper order. This layer is worth $153. My last transaction for FIFO was on the 28th. I sold 9 units. I have to go from here first, so I sold 8 at 6, but I sold 9, so I have to take 1 from here. So 1 at 7. This is a total of $55. Now I have remember I used some of those. I only have 14 left at 7, or $98. So this is my ending inventory because remember, perpetual, I keep a running total. My cost of goods sold is 40 plus 34 plus 55. So my total cost of goods sold for the month would be $129. That is FIFO inventory. Now next we're going to do LIFO. Now LIFO is going to start off the same way because we didn't have any layers till we got to the 10th. So go ahead and pause and fill those in.